Welcome to the Small Business Report with your co-host, Carl Brown, the Executive Director of the DC Small Business Development Center, and Sharon Morton. They're bringing you all the tools you need to succeed. Stay tuned for expert advice for business owners, subject matter experts, and government agencies on how to start, grow, and finance your business right here at HUR Voices on Sirius XM, Channel 141. The Small Business Report will be right back with a show you don't want to miss after these messages.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, are you a small or mid-sized business? Let BDPAtoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
BDPAtoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let BDPAtoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With BDPAtoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit BDPAtoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's BDPAtoday.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome to the Small Business Report, coming to you from Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 HUR Voices. As you know, I'm Sharon Morton, your host for today. Carl Brown, my esteemed colleague, host of the show and Executive Director of the DC Small Business Development Center, won't be with us today. As you know, folks, Carl is always helping as many people, business owners, family, and friends as he can, and that's what he's doing today. But don't you fret. Carl will be back next week. By the way, in addition to co-hosting this show, you all know I'm a small business owner of MortonMediaTV.com and SkinDeepBeautyStore.com. So if you need help with branding and marketing your business and you want to look good and feel good while doing it, check me out on MortonMediaTV.com and SkinDeepBeautyStore.com. Listen, we have a fantastic show for you today. The Small Business Report, in conjunction with the Greater Washington Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the DC Women's Business Center, held a contest on their webinar a couple of weeks ago. We asked the webinar attendees, who were mostly women-owned small businesses, to compete for a chance to come on the show to talk about their businesses. Well, folks, we have two winners on the show today. They are Christi Venable. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She's the owner of Smile Therapy Services. I love that name. And Debbie Cologne Boyce, owner of Sales Skills Solutions. They're going to talk about the services they offer, the challenges and rewards of being a business owner. Hey, we know what that's about, right, folks? And what it takes to be successful. It is not easy. So please stay tuned for that. And don't forget, if you need free assistance starting or growing your business, visit the DC Small Business Development Center at dcsbdc.org. Or if you're not located in Washington, D.C., you can get no-cost business counseling by visiting Americas, with an S, americassbdc.org. And to hear the show again, please go to the Small Business Report. Biz. Please stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back after these messages here on the Small Business Report on Sirius XM Radio, Channel 141, HUR Voices.
Are you in trouble with the IRS? Whether you owe federal or state taxes, are under audit, or need to dispute your case in tax court, don't go up against the IRS alone. Let the tax experts at the law office of Beverly Winstead fight for you. With more than 15 years of tax law experience, the law office of Beverly Winstead has successfully negotiated settlements, reduced payments, and won disputes against the IRS for its clients. Go to www.irshelpattorneys.com for tax resolution for you or your business, or call 301-306-1234. The Law Office of Beverly Winstead, you're not alone. Call 301-306-1234.
Are you a business owner and your business needs a boost? Are you ready to build or grow a profitable business that delivers new clients and customers to you every month? Have your business highlighted on a national radio show or TV network. Let MortonMediaTV.com help you get the maximum exposure your business deserves so that you can get the customers you need. MortonMediaTV.com will help you start or grow your business rapidly through the power of TV and radio. You can reach hundreds of thousands of viewers and listeners who want to buy your product or service. At MortonMediaTV.com, our mission is to teach business owners how to use the media to their benefit. You can become a thriving entrepreneur and achieve the financial freedom you've always dreamed about. Go to MortonMediaTV.com and get your business on TV or radio for the maximum exposure you deserve and the customers you need. That's MortonMediaTV.com.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, it's your host, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. Are you a growing small or mid-sized government contractor ready to reduce your back office costs? Do you want to maximize your compliance and minimize risk managing contracts? Move your business to the next level of success with At-Work Systems.
At-Work's OneLink solution provides electronic self-services to every employee, greatly reducing frustrating paperwork. Your managers get out-of-the-box processes that increases productivity, improves control, and eliminates surprises. And most importantly, your executives get the real-time data and analysis needed to make better decisions.
Take it from us here on the Small Business Report on SiriusXM. Let At-Work Systems streamline your back office and save you money while doing it.
Visit exploreatwork.com now and receive your free demo and business assessment. That's exploreatwork.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
And we're back here on the Small Business Report on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141, HUR Voices. I'm Sharon Morton. And as I mentioned before the break, our host, my esteemed colleague, Mr. Carl Brown, is not with us on the show today, but he will be back next week. So I'm sitting in today. And you know, as we say to our listeners every week, our goal on the show is to promote and support as many small businesses as we can. So we have two small business owners here with us today that we are excited about. They won a contest we had, and the prize was being here on the Small Business Report to promote their businesses. Our first guest on the line is Christi Venable. She's the owner of Smile Therapy Services. She's going to tell us all about what she does. Welcome to the show, Christi.
Thank you so much for having me. It is so great to be here.
And congratulations. You beat out a bunch of other business owners to be one of two guests on the show. Were you excited about that?
Super excited. Paul, just definitely appreciative that they even had the contest and that you were willing to share your space with us.
Definitely, yeah. So, I really like the name of your business, Smile Therapy Services. And at first I thought it was like a dental business. I'm sure you get that a lot.
All the time.
Because of the name. But what is Smile Therapy Services and what prompted you to start it?
So Smile Therapy Services, we are actually a mental health therapy agency. And so we provide direct mental health services for both youth and adults. We also provide mental health workshops and educational trainings. And then we do leadership development with the mental health focus. So we are all about mental health. We have a great team of licensed therapists and all people of color.
You know what? And in this time of COVID, where we're seeing so many people being stressed out, we're seeing high numbers of depression. Not only is physical health important, but your mental health is just as important. So it's really, really imperative that people understand that there is no stigma attached anymore, thank goodness, to having mental health challenges, and that there are a number of resources out here to help. What made you decide to go into, a mental health business?
Well, I was actually in the mental health field for a while. I got my degree in school counseling. And so I
Hmm.
started out as a school counselor. And so, in that position, I just saw how much mental health was just so vital,
Hmm.
especially in our communities. Um, you
And
know,
how many of us in our communities are suffering, from the lack of mental health that's available to us?
you know, thousands, if you
Hmm.
will. And, we're in the DC area and we really focus on the toughest parts of the city with the most trauma. And so, we saw that gap. People
Yeah.
have so many issues and have so many needs and they can't get the services that they need. And so that's really what prompted me to start Smile Therapy Services because I really wanted to, intercede for them and
Yeah.
give them that high quality service that they were looking for.
I have a friend, she also owns a mental health service agency, and she said with COVID, her business just took off. Like she can't keep up with the number of people that come to her needing her services, especially
Yeah.
now that she's virtual. So are you doing virtual services now as well?
Yeah, so we have, turned and pivot and we are 100% virtual. We've turned all of our services, into this virtual world that we're in. So all of our
Yeah.
trainings, all of our workshops, our annual summer camp, social emotional summer camp that we do, we've turned that virtual. All of our services now are virtual. And I totally agree with her. The demand is increasing exponentially.
Yeah, what do you think you'll do post COVID? Will you do a hybrid, like some virtual and some in person? Because I'm thinking, for mental health services, it's also good that people are in front of their therapist, eye to eye, talking to them and not just always through a computer, although we can't help that right now. But what do you think you'll be doing once COVID is over?
Well, the good thing about Smile, we actually were hybrid before the pandemic. So we
Oh, okay.
already offered telehealth services. And
Oh,
so we
good.
will continue to, have that hybrid model where we can, be in person with our clients because you're absolutely right. They do need to be in that safe space that we are able to create for them. And so we'll
Yes.
continue to have that in person, but we'll still have the virtual for those people who are not able to come into the office, but they still need the services.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing. Before we go any further, what's your website and how can people get in touch with you?
So our website is www.smiletherapyservices with the S on the end, all one word, .com. And so they can go to our website. They can also connect with me on LinkedIn.
Hmm.
They can find me by my name, Christi, Christi, no E, and then Venable, V as in victory, E, N as in Nancy, A, B as in boy, L-E.
Okay, that sounds good. So, Christy, who influenced you to become the person you are today, a successful business owner? And we know that, it's tough being a business owner. It's not easy. It takes tenacity and all those things. I think you heard me when I was doing the webinar for the Greater Washington Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the DC Women's Business Center, and I was talking about how tough it is to be, to own your own business. What made you, go into business and become who you are today?
Well, I totally agree. It is tough, being an entrepreneur, having your own business, and actually having a growing business. And so for me, my mother has been my major influence, right? She doesn't have her own business, but she raised five girls
Oh,
single-handed. And
wow.
so if that isn't, a business owner in a
It
sense,
is.
then I don't know
She
what
ran a
is.
corporation. She ran a
She
corporation. Oh my
did.
goodness.
She did, and for us, she really stressed the importance of getting our education and working hard.
Hmm.
She worked two and three jobs at times. just to make sure that we had, what we needed. She was determined to make sure that our lives would be better than what she had. And so, seeing her work that hard, really instilled in me early on that I wanted to make sure that I would be successful, that I would, be able to help her when I get older. That was really my driving force.
Yeah.
And so that's really what continues to influence me to work hard every day.
Hmm. So you offer workshops and trainings in top organizations. How can organizational leaders prioritize mental health as part of a healthy work culture? Because that's, until recently, the past few years, I don't think a lot of organizations paid a lot of attention to, mental health, having, healthy employees that work for them. Mental and physical health was, should have been at the top of their list. It should have been a priority, but I think until here recently, it wasn't.
And you're totally right. They did not prioritize health in general. And so for us, we really just work with organizations to start by just talking about it. It can be taboo in the workplace, but, just say the words mental health and explain to the employees how important it is to the
Yeah.
organization, and encourage them to take care of themselves. Right?
I think that's important.
Yeah, that's super important. But also, don't just say you're going to be about it, actually be about it. Bring in companies to do workshops with your employees. Put in self-care activities, like massages or spa
Yeah.
days,
Yeah.
pay for that for them.
Mental health days.
Mental health. And that goes to the next one. Increase your mental health days, right? Have a policy in place where you're doubling your mental health days so that they are able to really take time to have days off
Yeah.
outside of sick and vacation.
Yeah, so we are coming to the end of the first segment. When we come back from break, I wanted to talk to you about some of the stigmas we still have when it comes to mental health and, what you see at Smile Therapy Services day in and day out. So we'll be right back, folks, after these messages. Stay tuned here on the Small Business Report on Sirius XM Radio, Channel 141, HUR Voices. Hey, Small Business Report listeners, we've said goodbye to summer and it's time for things to get back to our everyday autumn groove. With so much changing around us, it's difficult to find that extra time for you. With Plexiderm, all you need is 10 minutes and you can look 10 years younger. Plexiderm is a clinically studied serum that gives your appearance the right kind of changes. Visibly reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and even under eye bags in minutes. Take up to 10 years off your appearance in less than 10 minutes. The results will last for hours. Try a 6-application trial pack for just $14.95 with free shipping when you visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and use the code SMALL. This order comes with free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Make those wrinkles, lines, and under-eye bags disappear with Plexiderm. Visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and say the code SMALL at checkout. Get ready for skincare and makeup that will heal your mind, body, and soul. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is a totally organic and vegan skincare and makeup line that you'll love using because what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in it. Choose from our organic moisturizers, anti-aging serums, natural and fruit-based scrubs, masks, lipsticks, and glosses. No more worries about harsh chemicals being absorbed into your skin. It's time to commit to your health and wellness. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is your one-stop, cruelty-free skincare and makeup shop with safe and environmentally friendly ingredients for the love of you. Visit us at SkinDeepBeautyStore.com. That's SkinDeepBeautyStore.com.
Tune in to the Skin Deep Show with host Sharon Morton as she engages your senses and examines the issues affecting Black skin and its treatment in every facet of life.
From beauty, health, and wellness to social injustice and mass incarceration, it's a show designed to stimulate your mind, body, and soul. Don't miss it. The Skin Deep Show, every Friday at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on SiriusXM Channel 141 HUR Voices.
Do you need expert advice from successful business leaders on how to start, grow, and finance your business? Tune in every week to the Small Business Report at HUR Voices on Sirius XM Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. The Small Business Report gives you, the small business owner, and those thinking about starting a business, expert advice from successful business leaders around the country. Visit us at smallbusinessreport.biz and like us on Facebook. The Small Business Report, giving you the tools you need to succeed. This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome back, folks. Thank you for staying tuned here on the Small Business Report. We're talking to Christi Venable. She owns Smile Therapy Services, and you can go to their website, smiletherapyservices.com. So, Christi, before the break, I was talking to you, wanted to ask you about some of the stigmas still associated with mental health, unfortunately. And what do you see at Smile Therapy Services day in and day out in terms of those stigmas and the kinds of mental health challenges that people have, especially during COVID?
It's unfortunate that some people still kind of have the old thinking that, people that come to see a therapist are just for, quote unquote, the crazy people, right? But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. And we as a community, we struggle. We struggle with reaching out for help, right? Because we are told
Right.
to be tough and deal with our problems.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes our problems are too much for us and we need help. And so we, have to make it so that people are okay with reaching out for help so that they can deal with their problems.
Yeah. So how do you educate and break down the barrier of the mental health stigma? I mean, what do you do in your workshops and your trainings and, when you talk to your therapists, what do you do to break down those barriers?
Well, we really help people to, one, understand what mental health is, and help them to understand that mental health is not a dirty word.
Right.
And we all have mental health. And so we educate them on, what therapy is and how therapists are just regular people. We're not here to judge, but we're here to assist people, through their journey to healing. And so for
Mm-hmm.
us, we really help and educate to just normalize having a therapist.
Right. Yeah, that's important. Normalizing it. There's nothing wrong with having a counselor, a therapist. All of us have issues sometimes that we need to talk to someone about. And so I look at it like that you're just talking to a professional that can maybe help you or teach you some strategies to address some issues or concerns that you may have.
And that's exactly how it is. And so we never
Yeah.
want to confuse anyone to think that therapists are fixers, right? Because we're
Right.
here to fix
Yeah.
you. We are here to help you. You are the pilot and we are your co-pilot. That's how we explain it to people. You and you can really orchestrate kind of what it is going on with you, and we can just help. We're just here to assist.
Yeah. So, what are some of the mental effects of the pandemic? And do you think it's slowing down or no? Like, are you seeing, I know you said earlier you have seen an uptick in, your clients, your business is growing exponentially during this pandemic. But what are some of the mental effects that it's having on people of all ages, by the way?
And I'm glad you said all ages because everyone is being affected right now. And has been affected over the past year. And so
Hmm.
what we have saw over this past year and continue to see is high anxiety, high depression.
Wow. Hmm.
People are just so nervous. We're nervous about catching it. We're having anxiety about even going outside. We have some clients, some youth clients who were afraid to go outside. No, mommy, I don't want to catch I don't want to catch the virus. So it's
Right.
bringing on so much anxiety, even with the kids, because they don't truly understand it, and so they're just scared of it.
Yeah.
And then us being physically isolated from each other, right? So I know we say socially, but we're really physically kind of,
Hmm.
isolated, and that causes people to be more depressed
Yeah.
because we're used to socializing, we're used to being around people. That brings us comfort. So all about extroverts out there, this is a tough time for them.
Hmm.
Who thrive off of being with people.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what we're seeing.
Yeah, well, we're social creatures. Human beings are social creatures, so we're not really meant to be alone all the time.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's going to have an effect, an impact on us emotionally and mentally. So, you're coming out with a book this year, I hear, and tell us all about your book. What prompted that?
So I'm actually writing a book now, really about overcoming your fear.
Hmm.
As a business owner, and you could probably attest to this, we have a point in time where we have been fearful, right? Fearful to jump out there on our own, fearful to take risks, to take chances. Um, but ultimately, even if it's not successful, we still learn something.
Yeah.
And so, I really want to help people to really get over their fear. We are our worst enemy at times.
Yeah.
We get in our own way. And so really helping people to understand that, the Bible says God gives us everything we need to be successful. We
Yeah.
have to believe that we have it, right? We have to have faith and we have to do the works.
That's
Um,
true.
and so really helping people to move past the different fear inhibitors.
Oh, I like that. Fear inhibitors, because there are so many of them, right? And the
Exactly.
biggest one is ourselves sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're really like you said, we can get in our own way and produce a lot more fear and anxiety. So sometimes we have to step out of our own way and just go and do it. Go
And
forth.
just go and do it, right? So it's either
Right.
you're going to control your fear or you're going to let your fear control you.
Yeah. When do you think the book will be out? Are you still working on it now?
I am still working on it, and so I'm hoping to have it done and ready by like the end of the year. So
Hmm.
that's kind of the goal.
Okay, sounds good. So when organizations are looking to promote within, what's the number one thing they should be doing? And um, what is it that you guys do to promote within?
So, promoting within actually is really big at Smile, right? We're a small company, but we're growing really fast. And so, what I've noticed, that's kind of the number one thing that companies are not doing is they're not training their people, right? So, they're not
Mm,
training their staff on how to actually be a leader. And so when you promote someone into a position, especially if they're going to be over a group of people, you
hmm.
have to train them for that position, right? There
Right.
are certain qualities that you have to be a great supervisor, right? And not just have the title, but actually be able to perform in the position. And so, what we do is really help leaders to understand that let's put that training into place. And not only the training on the actual job performance,
Yeah.
but that emotional intelligence piece, because now you're working with people, different personalities, and you have to be able to deal with that,
Yeah. And
to
that's
know
not
people, to
easy.
recognize different things.
Yeah.
So,
And Carl and I, when, we've had so many dozens of people on our shows, business owners, experts, even corporations have been on the show. And the number one concern that everybody has is finding good people and keeping good people. And part of
exactly.
being able to keep those good people is, having, folks in the organization who are able to make certain that those folks are happy and doing everything that they need to do to make the organization successful. And when you find good people, it's very hard to hold on to them because everybody else wants them. And you're saying
Hmm.
one of the things that organizations should do is train all of their people to help make the organization that much better. So it sounds like you guys are doing a great a great job at Smile Therapy Services. You were SBA's 2020 Small Business Person of the Year. Congratulations on
Yes,
that,
thank you
Christy.
so much.
Yes, I mean, that
Yes.
is exceptional. So we are so happy to have you on the show today. Tell us again the website and how people can get in touch with you.
Yes, so you can definitely visit our website, www.smiletherapyservices with the S on the end.com. Follow me on LinkedIn at my name, Christi, Christi, and then Venable, V as in Victory, E, and it's in Nancy, A, B as in Boy, L-E. You can find me on LinkedIn, and we're also on Instagram
Oh,
at
okay.
Smile
Mhm.
Therapy LLC. So come follow
Okay.
us. We post a lot of mental health tips and tricks, and just encouragement for
Yeah.
the community.
I think that's great. And I'm so happy that you won this contest, that you're
Me
on the show
too.
today. We want you guys to reach out to smiletherapyservices.com if you need them. I love your motto, changing lives from the inside out. So I can't thank you
Yes,
enough for being a guest today on the Small Business Report, Christy. We hope to, maybe have you on again, maybe sometime next year, and you can tell us,
yes,
that you're really rocking it too. You'll be 2021 Small Business
yes,
Administration's Person of the Year. So thank you so
yes.
much for being on the
Thank you.
show.
Thank you so much. So
You're
great to be
welcome.
here.
Okay, folks, so we'll be right back after these messages. Please stay tuned right here on the Small Business Report.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, are you a small or mid-sized business? Let BDPAtoday.com help you leverage emerging technologies and digital innovations to transform your business.
BDPAtoday.com will highlight your organization's innovations, solutions, and success stories. Let BDPAtoday.com publish your branded videos, blogs, and photos to a national tech industry audience and assist with your awareness building campaign. With BDPAtoday.com, you can network with qualified and certified tech professionals and get access to developers, gamers, hackers, and interns to join your team for short or long-term projects.
Visit BDPAtoday.com for true digital transformation that will drive competitive advantage to your organization.
That's BDPAtoday.com.
Are you in trouble with the IRS? Whether your federal or state taxes are under audit or need to dispute your case in tax court, don't go up against the IRS alone. Let the tax experts at the law office of Beverly Winstead fight for you. With more than 15 years of tax law experience, the law office of Beverly Winstead has successfully negotiated settlements, reduced payments, and won disputes against the IRS for its clients. Go to www.irshelpattorneys.com for tax resolution for you or your business, or call 301-306-1234. The law office of Beverly Winstead, you're not alone. Call 301-306-1234.
Computer systems in cars are the new normal, from electronically controlled transmissions to dozens of sensors. So when something breaks, it could cost a fortune. That's why I have CarShield. CarShield has affordable protection plans that can save you thousands for a covered repair, including computers and electronics. The people at CarShield understand payment flexibility is a must. Monthly plans can be customized to your needs with rates as low as $99 a month. No long-term contracts. At CarShield, you get to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership, and CarShield takes care of the rest. They offer complimentary 24/7 roadside assistance and a rental car while yours is being repaired. CarShield has helped over 1 million customers. For as low as $99 a month, you can protect yourself from surprises and save thousands for a covered repair. Call 800-CAR-6000 and mention code REPORT, or visit carshield.com and use code REPORT to save 10%. That's carshield.com, code REPORT. A deductible may apply.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
And welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141, HUR Voices. Our next guest is also the contest winner that we had. You just heard Christi Venable from Smile Therapy Services, and now we have Debbie Cologne Boyce. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Debbie, owner of
Yes.
Sales Skills Solutions. Welcome to the Small Business Report.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we are excited about you, Debbie. We knew that you and Christy were the winners because, your websites were great, everything was on point. Tell us a little bit about your journey to being a business owner. I know you're from the Bronx, New York. Carl would love that because he's from New York. You're a woman of color, Puerto Rican, and you are in a white male dominated field, which is sales training. So give us a brief, synopsis on your journey.
Sure. Yes, born and raised in the Bronx in New York City. And after my family had moved to New Jersey, where I went to Rutgers University upon graduating.
Oh, me too.
Yes,
I went to
you
Rutgers as
did?
well. Yes, New
Oh, you're
Brunswick
kidding.
campus. Did you go to New
That's
Brunswick?
where I sure did. Oh,
Okay,
wow.
yeah.
Awesome.
I really
Smart.
like hearing that because a lot of our guests went to Howard, and Carl knows them, and I'm like, oh, I feel so left out. Now I got somebody who went to
All
Rutgers, so
right.
that's great. Yeah,
Oh, that's
hoorah.
terrific.
Yeah.
Yes. So after I graduated, I moved down to the Washington metropolitan area with just a lot of ambition, no resources, no job, no car. And when I got down to the Washington area, I had some different odd and end jobs, and finally ended up at Xerox.
Oh,
And
okay.
at Xerox, I worked as an employee for about 10 years. I held a variety of positions. My final position with the company was in training and development. I left after 10 years because my position had moved down to Florida. And I had to sadly leave the company, but was brought back on a consulting basis almost a year to the date.
Oh,
And that's when I started my sales training, and I supported their channels, their direct channel, their agent channel, their dealer channel. And I did that for many years. In conjunction with that, Xerox at one time used to sell their proprietary sales program to outside customers who would purchase a program to develop their sales teams. And when they would do that, I would get selected to go and train all these different businesses in different industries. And I had the opportunity to develop the various sales teams.
okay.
Yeah, so it was great. And in conjunction with that, I also had the opportunity to develop my own clientele and provide other types of training services, everything from sales training to customer service, public speaking, negotiation skills. I had also, by that time, as the various training programs evolved, I was always cross-training and developing myself in the latest and greatest training programs, if you will. And finally, after about 20 years, I was fortunate enough to have consistent work on a consulting basis.
Mhm.
And then there came the pandemic.
Yeah.
When opening up my own company is something that I had always wanted to do.
Mhm.
Now, not that I was reluctant, but there was never an opportune time because I was always so busy.
Right.
So I had to, when the pandemic came, I thought it was the perfect opportunity to
Open up your own
my,
business. That's
yes,
amazing that because so many businesses went out of business during the pandemic, unfortunately, and you
yes,
saw it as an opportunity to open a business. And that
yes.
takes a lot. I mean, it takes a lot of courage and tenacity to start a business anyway, when there's no pandemic. But for you to do it during the pandemic, what did you see? I mean, what did you see during this pandemic that told you, hey, this is a great time to do it and that, you'd be successful?
Well, what I had thought of first and foremost was I thought that I would continue to focus on sales training because that's what I believe companies would see the most value in. So what happens typically with sales training, it's very cost prohibitive for companies to develop their sales teams and send them to the various sales programs because it is very expensive.
Yeah.
So consequently, businesses look to hire either experienced salespeople, or if they are new, they might go to a sales class. But more often than not, it's something that is either learned on the job. Some companies are fortunate enough to have their own training team, and that's terrific.
Yeah.
But I find with the thousands of students that I've trained in selling skills and the many companies that I had worked with, that more often than not, it was something that was more of an exception. It wasn't a regular part of the process to send people to sales school. So I wanted to be able to offer that foundation in selling skills because that's what businesses need to be able to flourish.
So have you found success during this pandemic, and are you still focused on like customer service, public speaking, negotiation, all of those things that you were doing before you opened your business?
Well, what I wanted to do was focus. And I decided to focus on selling skills. And of course, inside of the sales skill umbrella are other topics such as negotiation skills, public speaking skills, demonstrating products, etc. But a solid foundation in selling skills so that salespeople and what I call those in customer-facing roles are able to all be on the same page.
Okay.
And to be able to work together more as a team as opposed to certain people being trained. It's usually at different times as they're hired. So I'm looking at more so of a team approach, a foundation in selling skills where folks work on asking, targeted questions to be able to understand customer issues, to learn how to create the need for their products and services, handle objections, etc.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and for all of them to know what their value proposition is. So 2021 is the year of the customer, and there are some alarming statistics out there, and I think it's important for companies to really think about where they can generate their most revenue and what is the greatest opportunity.
Yeah, that's available. Yeah. How is your company different from other sales training companies? Besides, there's not a whole lot that are led by, women of color. Yeah.
Well,
so what makes you different, stand out from the crowd?
Well, the approach that I have taken is more of a team approach. And so in doing that, I conduct a couple of different sessions. I, of course, can work with sales teams. I have also incorporated those in customer-facing roles, whether they be on a customer success team or a customer service team. I have worked with them in conjunction with sales or sometimes as a separate session strictly for them.
Okay.
There's a great opportunity for those in customer success roles to work on customer retention and growth.
Yeah.
Because there is, just by increasing customer retention by as little as 5%, that can increase your profits anywhere from 25 to 95%.
Wow. Let's talk about that after the break because we have to get ready to go to break, Debbie. But that is amazing. A 5% increase in customers can turn into a 25 to 95% profit. That is wonderful. So real quick, what's your website? And then we'll go to break.
It is salesskillssolutions.com.
Very easy. So we'll be right back after these messages, folks. Please stay tuned right here on the Small Business Report. Hey, Small Business Report listeners, we've said goodbye to summer and it's time for things to get back to our everyday autumn groove. With so much changing around us, it's difficult to find that extra time for you. With Plexiderm, all you need is 10 minutes and you can look 10 years younger. Plexiderm is a clinically studied serum that gives your appearance the right kind of changes. Visibly reduce wrinkles, fine lines, and even under eye bags in minutes. Take up to 10 years off your appearance in less than 10 minutes. The results will last for hours. Try a 6-application trial pack for just $14.95 with free shipping when you visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and use the code SMALL. This order comes with free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Make those wrinkles, lines, and under-eye bags disappear with Plexiderm. Visit tryplexiderm.com or call 800-685-1292 and say the code SMALL at checkout. Get ready for skincare and makeup that will heal your mind, body, and soul. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is a totally organic and vegan skincare and makeup line that you'll love using because what you put on your body is just as important as what you put in it. Choose from our organic moisturizers, anti-aging serums, natural and fruit-based scrubs, masks, lipsticks, and glosses. No more worries about harsh chemicals being absorbed into your skin. It's time to commit to your health and wellness. SkinDeepBeautyStore.com is your one-stop, cruelty-free skincare and makeup shop with safe and environmentally friendly ingredients for the love of you. Visit us at SkinDeepBeautyStore.com. That's SkinDeepBeautyStore.com.
Hey, Small Business Report listeners, it's your host, Carl Brown and Sharon Morton. Are you a growing small or mid-sized government contractor ready to reduce your back office costs? Do you want to maximize your compliance and minimize risk managing contracts? Move your business to the next level of success with At-Work Systems.
At-Work's OneLink solution provides electronic self-services to every employee, greatly reducing frustrating paperwork. Your managers get out-of-the-box processes that increases productivity, improves control, and eliminates surprises. And most importantly, your executives get the real-time data and analysis needed to make better decisions.
Take it from us here on the Small Business Report on SiriusXM. Let At-Work Systems streamline your back office and save you money while doing it.
Visit exploreatwork.com now and receive your free demo and business assessment. That's exploreatwork.com. Are you a business owner and your business needs a boost? Are you ready to build or grow a profitable business that delivers new clients and customers to you every month? Have your business highlighted on a national radio show or TV network. Let MortonMediaTV.com help you get the maximum exposure your business deserves so that you can get the customers you need. MortonMediaTV.com will help you start or grow your business rapidly through the power of TV and radio. You can reach hundreds of thousands of viewers and listeners who want to buy your product or service. At MortonMediaTV.com, our mission is to teach business owners how to use the media to their benefit. You can become a thriving entrepreneur and achieve the financial freedom you've always dreamed about. Go to MortonMediaTV.com and get your business on TV or radio for the maximum exposure you deserve and the customers you need. That's MortonMediaTV.com.
This is HUR Voices on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141 with your hosts Carl Brown and Sharon Morton.
Welcome back to the Small Business Report here on Sirius XM Radio Channel 141. We are talking to Debbie Cologne Boyce, and she is the owner of Sales Skills Solutions. And Debbie, before we went to break, you talked about how increasing your customer base by just 5% can end up putting a profit in your pocket of 25 to 95%. Tell us how that works.
Yeah, so in other words, by increasing your customer retention by 5%, it can increase your profits. And what I mean by that, to sell, you have the success rate to selling to an existing customer is about 60 to 70%. And to sell to a new one is anywhere between 5 and 20% success rate. So I believe that there's a great opportunity on the back end for those customer success teams and those customer service teams to be able to work on that retention and growth by upselling, cross-selling. And unfortunately, what I'm finding is that they don't always have the skills. I think they're great at uncovering, trying to solve customer issues, but where they don't have the same skills and where I think there's a great opportunity to develop is by having sales and those teams sing to the same hymnal, so to speak, and have the ability to ask those right types of questions, to understand what's going on from the customer's perspective, those issues and concerns, so that customer retention is what the result is, or increased business.
Yeah.
So,
and that customer retention, for those of you who are not entrepreneurs, it's just basically your customers coming back again, right? They're coming back to you over and over again. Like I like to shop, I go to Macy's and I go back and back and back. So you're saying by that customer retention is the key to growth. It's hard to get a new customer, but once you get that customer, you want to retain them for as long as you can.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And there, as a matter of fact, Forbes had done a survey, and sadly, not only are customers comparing your competitors, but they're also comparing you to the best customer service that they receive. So, so they're looking at things like Amazon, Apple, Nordstrom, and they're, it's tough competition. So it's important that we take care of those customers and retain them.
Okay. Well, which industries and what types of products and services do you work with?
Well, I work with all types of companies, everyone from professional services. I've worked with manufacturing, healthcare, telecommunications, real estate.
Wow. Okay.
High tech, information
That's a good
communications.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And everything from a simple sale to a more complex sale.
Okay. What's the benefit of having a sales team and customer-facing team members go through your customer-focused sales skills program? Like, how does that benefit a company or benefit a particular industry?
Well, like I had mentioned, everyone is part of the same plan, singing to the same hymnal, so to speak. They'll leave my class with not only the skills, but they'll leave with a sales process and a roadmap, if you will, so that they leave the workshop. We actually work on not just general questions, we work on questions that are going to help them to better understand their customers. So they are tailored. The class is customized to each company, and they also work on handling their most frequently heard objections. So
okay. And so you offer these workshops to various companies who have customer facing or customer service team members. How do you yourself prepare for a workshop? And what other sales skills workshops do you offer?
Oh, okay. So now my primary customer is, of course, sales teams. They're number one. But what I'm finding and have seen a lot of successes are those customers who are also incorporating some of these other customer-facing team members, such as customer success or customer service. Now I do workshops for public speaking, negotiation skills, product demonstration skills, but it's something that I have not added on my website because I wanted to first and foremost focus on the sales piece.
Oh, okay.
How I prepare for a workshop is I research a company. I get to understand what their mission statement is, who are their customers, and how they service their customers. I spend time learning about their competition. Also assess their current process, and also find out their experience with previous sales training, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you have any
there's
follow-up training? Do you do any of that?
yes. What I've done is training, several months later for reinforcement. We actually do like more so of what's working, what were some of your findings, what are still some of the challenges, and perhaps some of the other areas that we might be able to focus on with some other skills. So there certainly is follow-up training. And
Yeah, that's important, definitely, with following up. And following up not just once, but I'm thinking, maybe some of your clients have you coming in once a year or twice a year to do trainings and follow-up trainings with their customer service sales force.
yes, correct.
Yeah. What do you attribute to your success, Debbie? Because you've been in this business for over 20 years. It's a white male dominated field. I'm assuming it must have been challenging for you, or maybe not. And then for you to open up your own company, your own sales company in the middle of a pandemic. How did you become successful? What do you attribute to that?
I think, of course, I think I've always been a very curious person, and I've always been one to ask myself or say to myself, why not me? So when I first entered corporate America, my sister and I were the first ones to graduate from a four-year university. I had a very strong mother who was very, supportive and encouraging, a father that worked very hard, and high expectations were set. And I remember my mom always saying, you're not better than anyone, but there's nobody better than you. So go out there and, just work hard. So I would say, because I'm curious, I also do a lot of self-talks when I'm worried or nervous about something, and I just use a lot of visualization and a lot of praying.
Right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think that's all of
and
us.
yes, and just staying around positive people.
Hmm.
And always looking at the best in everybody, and trying in as much as I can to avoid any negativity. I think
Yeah,
that
that's
has helped me.
important. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I can't thank you enough for being on the show. And, I congratulate you for winning this contest. We
Thank you.
love celebrating small businesses, small business owners, and what you're doing is definitely a success story. So give us your website once again.
It is www.salesskillssolutions.com.
I love that. As I was telling you before we started, it's a tongue twister.
It
Sales,
is
skills, solutions, three times. I tried to do it. I couldn't do it. But
lots of S's.
thank you so much for being on the show, Debbie. We really appreciate it. We wish you continued success. A big shout out to the Greater Washington Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the DC
Yes.
Women's Business Center, who had that fantastic webinar, and we all did this contest, and we got a chance to meet you and Christi and bring you on the
Yes.
show. So thank you again for
Excellent.
being on the show.
Oh,
And
thank you
folks,
so much.
you're right. And that's it. You're welcome. I'm sorry. That's it for now, folks. Don't forget you can visit the smallbusinessreport.biz, that's B-I-Z, to hear this show again, or if you're interested in being on the show. Also visit dcsbdc.org, or Americas, with an S, americassbdc.org, if you're trying to start or grow your business and you need no cost business counseling. If you need to brand and market your business, please visit me on mortonmediatv.com. Again, you can hear this and all of our shows on SiriusXM Radio, Channel 141, HUR Voices, every Thursday at 12 noon. And please like us on Facebook. Thanks again for tuning in to the Small Business Report.
This has been Carl Brown and Sharon Morton, giving you all the tools you need to succeed on the Small Business Report. Thank you for listening, and be sure to tune in next week at HUR Voices on Sirius XM, Channel 141. Please don't forget to like us on Facebook
And for more tips on starting, growing, and financing your business, visit us at thesmallbusinessreport.biz.